See, now this is why I love charity shops. So before second lockdown hit in the UK, which we're still currently in, I was going around my local town and I saw this in the window. A big old chunky Nerf gun, and it was on sale for £12, and I've looked this one up online and I think brand new out of the box it's like over 100, and the only thing it's missing is the magazine, so I'd say that's a damn good deal. Also comes with a couple of accessories. We've got a bipod, an extra handle, what looks like a small chunky silencer. Basically it's just a really cool big gun that I can probably use for some cosplays. Nerf guns are quite common for people to use in cosplays because they're quite generic looking and you can deck them out to sort of fit different eras, normally like futuristic or sort of current, sort of war tech as it were. And sometimes one of my favourite things to do is just do a nice little repaint, so we're going to have a chill episode this week. We're just going to repaint a Nerf gun. So what we're going to do is going to go over this and give this a nice sand down. Just going to do some light sanding in most places, because I don't want to scratch up the plastic too much. It's going to be showing through on the paint. But in certain areas we're going to have to go heavier because we've got the Nerf logo, and the Nerf logo is actually raised plastic on the blaster, so when you paint over it it's still going to show up. And that's one thing I do notice some people missing out, is they don't sort of sand it off, and it's just annoying to me seeing, you know, it just saying Nerf on several parts of your gun. But again, that's just a personal thing. And it says modulus on the side here and it's sort of indented. So what I might do is just slap a bit of filler on that and sand that down so it's nice and smooth. Right, it's on both sides. We've also got the little sort of, I don't know, safety markings on here as well, so we've got to sand those off. And then we've got to decide what colours we want to do this in. So I've already my cupboard full of spray paints, and throughout certain projects you tend not to use all of the paint, so I'm just going to see what colour I have the most of, and I have a lot of different shades of blue. So I thought I might do like a white and blue gun. I think that might look pretty cool. We're kind of just going to make it up as we go, because I feel like that's always a fun way to do it. There you go, I've just filled in the modulus, sanded all the Nerf stuff off. And on one side of the toy guns like this, you get the big screw holes that attach both halves of the gun together. So what I'm also going to do is fill those in. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue, because some of them are quite deep, just to fill up most of the space. And then add filler on the top and then just sand it all out. Some of them I won't, because some of them are for like moving parts, so it's just the main ones across the body on all these pieces, just so it's even on both sides and it takes away the look of it being a toy. So just a light going over with the bronze spray paint, just to give everything kind of a rough bit of coverage, because we're not going to have all of this be the bronze. As I said, we're going to be using some blue with this. So the next stage is to mask up the bits we want to keep this bronze colour. So for this bit I'm thinking maybe sort of like this part in the middle, bronze, and like these little indents just down the side here. So for the bigger bit I'm going to use some low tack masking tape. I use low tack stuff purely because there's less chance of it taking the paint away, because sometimes if the paint hasn't adhered properly you can pull it away when you pull the tape away. So low tack just minimises the chance of that happening. And to get in all these tiny little grooves, my very trusty tub of liquid latex, which still hasn't run out yet. So you basically get a barbecue skewer and just work it in the grooves very gently, and spray over, then peel it out when you're done. So let's do this bit and show you what the rest of the gun looks like taped up, because it does take a while. So be patient when taping. The more time you spend taping and getting your edges to look nice, the less time you have to worry about cleaning up your paint job. Alright, so everything has been painted in our lovely blue. Looking real nice. So we're just going to take off the paint and hopefully we don't have any bleeds or at least minimal paint bleed, and it's all looking pretty. So we'll see how it goes. So I've chosen the configuration for my Nerf gun. Now what we've taken all the paint off, so the bits I'm going to keep on here are the stock. See the main body of the gun. I've got a little bipod at the front here and the longer barrel. So this is what it all looks like just with the bronze and the topaz blue. So I do want to put another shade of blue on here. So now I gotta remask the whole thing again. This time picking out areas that I want to paint and then just covering the rest. So I'm gonna go with a nice lighter blue for this. And then when that's all taped and sprayed up, obviously we'll let that dry, and then we're gonna do a little bit of weathering because no gun is truly complete without some weathering. Okay, so I actually didn't like the original blue colour that I put on there, so I retaped it and resprayed it. So I got some kind of black with sort of a little bit of blue over the top and just some gold for a couple of bits. So let's see how it looks. Okay, so this is what we got so far. We've got a couple little bits of paint bleed and overspray in certain places. There's a bit that I missed for the respray there, so it's got the original light blue on it. I'm liking the darker colour though. It's subtle, but it works well. So yeah, the next step is of course my favourite step, which is weathering. And I'm kind of digging the airbrush. I'm going to use airbrush for a little bit of the weathering, and it will also help blend some of these edges together that haven't come out too well. I'm kind of digging that. It's definite improvement on the original paint job of the Nerf gun, so Yeah, then once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go for matte with this. Because it's got a shine to the bronze and the purple is kind of glossy, but I'm actually not really a fan of the kind of gloss on it. I want to tone it down a little bit. So we're going to matte it. And if I hate it, we'll gloss it back up again. Also, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a dressing gown, the heating currently isn't working in here, so this is how I'm keeping warm. And there you go, that's our completed Nerf Gun repaint. Now, it is incredibly cold outside at the moment, so the actual matte spray has gone a bit cloudy in certain places, so it's kind of made the blue go a little bit white in patches, but considering this is weathered, it doesn't detract from it too bad. I was hoping it wouldn't do it, but it's just that little bit too cold to be spraying outside at the moment. But it's done. I do like it matte, all the colours kind of blend together a bit better, and also stops the weathering from coming off as easily. So now I've actually got to get a proper magazine for this and see if it actually works. I've not tested to see if this works yet. Doesn't matter if it doesn't work as a Nerf gun, this will be a really nice addition to a cosplay of some sort. It's kind of giving me some slight Fallout vibes. Like if it was more yellow than bronze, it would definitely be like a Vault-Tec style gun. So kind of post-apocalyptic, maybe Outer World style, kind of like that. Very squeaky though. So I can put this on display with a couple of my other glosses that do severely need a repaint. But there you go, I hope you enjoyed this build. This is something a lot of cosplayers end up doing, just repainting Nerf guns. So it's always a good little thing to practice at when you're doing cosplay stuff, is just repainting existing sort of toys and things, because you can make something look really cool and you can always add bits to it just to make it sort of fit whatever universe you want it to fit in. And I'm quite pleased with it. I'm gonna... Oh, I don't know if there's any room up here. There we go. It'll live there for now. Just kind of smushed in the background until I get some proper things to maybe wall mount some glasses. I think that would look pretty cool. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see and you want more, please do subscribe to the channel and go check out my other videos if you're new here. Thanks as always. I've got to go out to my supporters on Patreon. If you want to join me on Patreon, my links are always at the end of my videos and the description down below. So I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Take care, and as always, may the force be with you.